What's going on, you guys? Marvin Francois here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys the blueprint for any and everybody that's out there that has little to no credit at all and is looking for some direction on how to get started with their credit building journey today. Now, I want to be very, very clear. This video is for people with little to no credit at all, right? I'm talking about your credit score is so low, it could stand straight, tippy toe, and still lose a game of limbo. Hold on, relax. Let me talk to you. Listen, I mean, your credit score is so non-existent, even Casper the Ghost was like, where it at though? I'm not finished. Relax. Hold on, let me talk to him. Listen, I'm talking about your credit score is so low. All right, I may have got a little bit too excited in that last clip, but in all seriousness, if you are ready to get started with your personal credit journey today, this is the video for you. I'm super excited to be getting into it, but before I do that, you guys already know the drill. Take a second, take a minute, take an hour out of your day right here, right now to just go ahead and slap that like button and show this video some love. It really does help a lot with the YouTube algorithm in terms of pushing the video out there so that more and more people can see it. Also, if you are looking to get your credit repaired today, head over to my company at francoiscapital.com to book your free credit consultation. If you're looking to get started, the link for that will be in the description below. Or let's say you're not looking to get your credit repaired and you're just looking to learn as much as you can about personal credit, look no further than my brand new ebook, The Credit Mastermind, where I'm talking about how to leverage your personal credit, how to build your personal credit, but more importantly, how to take your personal credit and turn it into another stream of income for yourself. If any of these things or more may interest you, the link for my brand new ebook will also be in the description below. So if you have little to no credit at all and you're looking to get started ASAP, step number one of the process is I'm going to need you to sign up for a program called Self Lender. So for those of you who may or may not know, Self Lender is a program that makes you put money into a certificate of deposit, but that certificate of deposit shows on your credit report as an installment loan. Basically, you're just paying yourself to save money while also building your credit up. And the great thing about Self Lender is that as you're making these payments from month to month, it's building up your primary credit history. Now, the dope thing about Self Lender is that for one, they offer 4 different payment options. I think one for 25, one for 35, one for 49, and I think another one for 150. You're gonna want to go with the cheapest option available, which is the $25 a month option. Not just because it's the cheapest, but also with that option, you're going to be able to pay Self Lender for 2 years, whereas the higher other payment options allow you to only use Self Lender for 1 year. The reason why you want the 2 years versus the 1 year is because that account will sit on your credit report for longer, and the longer that account is sitting on your credit report, the more credit history that you will build, which will only make your credit profile stronger and stronger and stronger. Another thing that makes Self Lender really, really dope is that Self Lender has a 15-day grace period after the due date for your payments, meaning that in the event that one thing leads to another and your payment is due on the 13th, but you forget to pay it on the 13th, unlike other credit cards, Self Lender will not penalize you for it, and they give you a 15-day grace period for you to make that payment before they report that late payment to the credit bureaus. However, that shouldn't matter to anybody who's watching the video. Why? Because with anything that's shown on your credit report, you want to make sure that you pay it on time. However, in the event that life happens and you're not able to, at least you have a safety net so that you know you are A-okay. Through Self Lender, you are going to be able to start building your primary credit history, which in turn will put you in position to go and get the credit cards that you may be looking to get. So we're going to start with Self Lender first if you have little to no credit at all. And if you're looking to get started with that, my affiliate link for Self Lender is in the description below. Will I get benefited from it if you sign up through my link? Yes, 100%. I'm going to be transparent with you guys on that. However, in the event that you decide not to use my link, that's perfectly fine. No harm, no foul. I just want to make sure you're in prime position to start building your credit. So whether you use my link or you go directly to the Self Lender website, it's perfectly fine. But if you have little to no credit at all and you want to know the first step in starting to build it up, Self Lender is definitely the way to go. Oh, and also to anybody who may have this question in the YouTube comment section, no, Self Lender does not give you a hard inquiry for signing up with them. It's a no hard inquiry. You sign up for the program, it reports on your credit report, and then boom, voila, you start building up your primary credit history. It's that simple. Now, after you sign up for Self Lender, you're going to want to let that account sit on your credit report for up to 6 months, right? The reason why you want to let it sit on your credit report for up to 6 months is because until you have at least 6 months of your own primary credit history, you're not really going to be able to get approved for any other credit card besides a secured card. And we don't mess with secured cards. We only want to get credit cards that are going to reward us and benefit us from spending money with them, right? So you want to have that self-lender account sit on your credit report for at least 6 months before you go to step number 2. Step number 2 being you are going to get a trade line and add it to your personal credit report. Now, for anybody that may not know, a trade line is basically when you piggyback off of somebody else's primary credit history and use their credit history to bolster your own credit profile. Now, here's the thing with trade lines. For one, there are people out there that go and they get trade lines, right, by becoming an authorized user on their auntie or their dad's or their brother's credit card, and they think that's their end all be all. But I'm here to let you guys know that when it comes to getting a trade line, the trade line should only act as a strategy to help improve your chances of getting approved for whatever credit card or whatever car or whatever house it is that you're looking to get. That's it. Trade lines are not your end all be all, because the banks can see that when they pull your credit report for whatever it is that you're applying for, that trade line is not your primary credit history, right? Now, there are some people that may hear me mention the trade line as a second step and have some differences in relation to that. Why? Because there are some people that would tell you, bump self-lender, just get a trade line and use that trade line to go and start applying for cards, right? But I don't just want to put you guys in prime position to get approved for cards. I also want to put you in prime position to get approved for cards with the highest limit possible. So in turn, my strategy is a little bit different, because I prefer that you get self-lender, let it sit on your credit report for 6 months so you have your own primary credit history, and then you get a trade line to bolster your file so that when the banks pull on your credit report, whatever banks it is you're applying for the credit cards with, they see you have your own primary credit history, they see that you have the trade line that's also strengthening it. So not only are you getting approved for the card, but you put yourself in prime position, to get approved for cards with the highest limits, right? Or get in prime position to get approved for cards with just higher limits, right? Now, am I sitting here guaranteeing anything? Absolutely not. You can do this, and it doesn't necessarily mean that just because you have 6 months of self-lender and a great trade line reporting on your credit report that you're going to get approved for a card with a $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 limit. Remember, you just started building your credit. The banks can see that, so they're not going to throw you the whole bag just yet. But like I said, this is a strategy that you can use to put yourself in a better position to have a higher chance to get higher limits. That's it. Marvin Francois and Francois Capital are not responsible or guaranteeing that you doing this method is going to get you $20,000 in credit. So don't come in the comment section talking about, well, I only got in $1,000. I'm not making no guarantees. Like I said, this is just a strategy. That's it. Now that you know that you're supposed to get a trade line for step number 2, the things that you should look for in any trade line that you're getting depends on where you're getting your trade line from, right? So there are some people that they get a trade line like I did when I was starting to build my credit through a friend. So if you have somebody that you know that you trust and they know they have a good credit card that's in great standing, then you could do it with them. What does it mean if they have a good credit card that's in great standing? Well, for one, that credit card has a utilization of above 1% but below 10%. So in that 2 to 9% range, you want to make sure of that. You want to make sure that that credit card you're looking to become an authorized user on has no late payments on it at all. I repeat, no late payments at all. I don't care if it was one from no late payments, only positive payment history, right? 100% payment history for any card you may be considering to use to become an authorized user on. And you also want to make sure that that credit card has good age and a good credit limit, right? So it really doesn't help you all that much if you become an authorized user on a credit card that's only a year and a half old and the limit is probably like $2,000. That's not really gonna help you a lot when it comes time for you to go apply for a card of your own. However, if you're able to find a card that has at least up to 4 to 5 plus years of credit history and a credit limit of over, let's say like $5,000, those are the kind of cards that you should be looking into to become an authorized user on, right? Now, you have your 6 months of self-lender, you have this trade line that you're gonna be using as a strategy to bolster your credit file. You are now in position to go out there and get your first official credit card. But the question now becomes, which credit card should you apply for? Well, that's where we get into step number 3. Step number 3 and the final step of the credit building process, if you have little to no credit at all, is for you to finally apply for your starter credit card. So the 2 credit cards I would recommend you look into for a great starter card to start building up your credit even more is the Discover It Cashback credit card and the Apple credit card. All right. Now, the Apple credit card does have an asterisk next to it because unfortunately for all my Android watchers, if you do not have an iPhone, you cannot apply for the Apple credit card. But if you do, you definitely can, and it is a great great credit card to start out with. However, if you don't and you still need another credit card to look into, the Discover It Cashback Card is perfect. Please keep in mind that the Discover It Cashback Card pulls from Experian. However, the Apple credit card pulls from TransUnion. But I have 2 different videos on my YouTube channel where I teach you how to get rid of those inquiries for both Experian and for the Apple credit card. So that way you get 2 brand new credit cards that you're going to get approved for with the credit profile that you built thus far using Self-Lender and the trade line with no hard inquiries, which is absolutely amazing. I'm going to put a link to both those videos in the description below so that you can tap into that information, so that once you use this credit profile to get approved for those cards, you can wipe those inquiries, go about your life, and congratulations, you have officially started building out your credit report. That concludes it all for this video. I sincerely do hope that the information, the jewels, the gems that I've dropped in this video have helped you out a ton. If they have, leave a comment in the section below and let me know how much you love and appreciate what it is that I dropped on your head top today. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. If you haven't already, please take a second, take a minute, take an hour out of your day right here, right now, to just go ahead and slap that like button and show this video some love. And don't forget to subscribe for much more credit content that's on the way. I'm super excited to keep giving y'all the game, keep giving y'all as much sauce as possible so that you could be in prime position to get that 750, 800, 850 credit score and work towards taking another step to your financial freedom. I'm Marvin Francois. Y'all have been good. I've been great. This has been amazing. And as always, thank you and God bless.